All right, everybody check in one more time. I had to shut the computer down, so but everybody just check in one more time. Thank you, guys. Good. Just waiting for Mike. I think he's on his way. How you doing, Mike? You gonna make it? Okay. It's a club race, guys. We're sort of not that technical about it, so we'll give him a second. I'd rather have him out there. It's his first time racing against people who race four-wheel drive all the time. He's been doing pretty good. Thank you. Got him. All right, Mike Montgomery, you're going to be the one leading us off, followed by Jason, Mike, and Chad. Mike and only Mike on the horn, less than 5. This is four-wheel drive. Jason, Big Mike, Chad. Here we go, four-wheel drive. On board right now. Watch them make them fly. Should be fast. Take your time, Mike. You'll be all right. Woo! Jason Frank coming out of the hole with a 17.3 right now. Mike with a 19.2, Chad 20.4, and Mike Compton 27.7. Jason slows up a little bit that time with a 19.5. Chad, new pass lap, 19.1 that time, and Mikey with a 21.9. There it is, 1 down, 4 to go. Chad 19.1, new fast lap for him. He now takes over the lead. Jason into the 2 now. Mike Montgomery 3 and Mike Compton in the 4. Right now, top 2 on a 16-lap pace, 16.506. Compton, new pass lap, 25.3 on that one. 130 down, 3.5 to go. It is Jason now in the lead, followed by Chad, Mike Montgomery, and Big Mike in number 4.
Guess they got turn marshals covered, huh?
Yeah. Coming up to that 3-minute warning. And there it is, Jason taking the lead back right now on a 16.503. Chad in the number 2, followed by Mikey and Big Mike. Mike Montgomery, 19.1, new fast lap. But right now it is a lap off on each one. Jason now on a 16, Chad on a 15, and Mikey on a 14-lap pace. That is the halfway point, 2.5 down, 2.5 to go. I want to welcome all our Facebook viewers. Right now, we're looking at about 75 viewers on Facebook watching us right now. Jason Frank, 17.2, lap number 8. He's now bumped it up, 17.515. Mike Compton putting down a 22 flat that time on lap number 6. Now on a 12.5. And Mike Montgomery, 18.9. Bunch of new fast laps going down here. But it is Jason Frank right now, the only one on a 17-lap pace. There it is, 3 down, 2 to go. Mikey, 21.4 for Compton there. New fast lap for him, he's getting it. Jason, 18.1 that time. Chad 19.6, 19.4 for Mike, and Big Mike 21.4 that time. 1:40 on the clock. Ooh, Compton looking good here. Let's see what he can do. Ooh, 21.7 again for Compton. Up another lap. 1:30 to go. Jason still hanging on to a 17-lap pace. Chad hanging on 15, and now Mike is followed up to Chad just a few seconds back behind him for that number 2 spot. 1:20 on the clock. Jason going down the front straightaway. That's your leader heading up the hill there. And there goes the chase group right now. It is 3-second difference between Chad and Mike. 1 to go. Yellow's on. 1 to go. We're at the 1-minute mark, 4-wheel drive. Race number 4 coming up will be ready to run. John, Julian, Chris, Mike, and Scott will all be up next. I will give you guys an extra few minutes. I know a lot of you guys are turn marshaling. 40 seconds to go. Right now, I'm going to eat on a grilled chicken teriyaki wrap with some Vidalia onions cooked into that. Yeah. Mike Montgomery, 18.9. Chad, 19 flat. New fast lap for both of them. Right now, Chad hanging on to an 8-second lead over Mike for the number 2 spot with 20 to go. And Jason still hanging on there with a 5:17 pace. 10 seconds. Whoa, slow down considerably on that last one there. Race it out, guys. Race it out. Don't stop till I call you. Jason, you're done. Chad, you're done. Mikey, you're done. And waiting for Big Mike to come around. And we're done. Jason setting the early TQ 16.506. Chad 15.507. And Mike Montgomery with 15.520. Good run, guys. Big Mike, I got somebody covering you for turn marshal, so you're good. Ready to run, sportsman. Bring it to the line. All right, ready to run. Look with John, Julian, Chris, Mike, and Scott. You guys are all up.
I need transponder.
transponder. There you go, man.
Thank you, Chase.
Make us proud.
Champion. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did they fix it?
Huh?
Did they fix it?
Huh?
Did they fix it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put an extra minute on the clock because I know Mike's running back to back. You got 1:30 on the clock. Works a lot better, Chris, huh? Runs a lot better with the drive shaft in, huh?
Yes, his battery mounts hit the spur gear and all.
Oh, is it really? Hey, Mike. Mike Montgomery, move up to the top. I got somebody else take that spot for you. All right, we're all checked in. Finish the lap you're on. Track is now closed. All right, John, I want to see at least 8 laps this time, all right? Take your time. There's no pressure on you. If you can't do the 8 laps, then when one of the Compton boys come by you, put them into the wall, all right? Just do that one thing for me. Because I know they have money, and I want some of it today. He's going to take you out, Little Compton. Well, it's going to happen. If not, I'm taking laps off because I got the computer. All right. Drivers ready. John, you're going to bring us on. Here we go. John on the horn, less than 5. Julian. Little Chris. Okay, Mike, he left too. And Scott. Doesn't really matter, you're all on the clock anyway. Remember, guys, in qualifying, you're on your own clock. All right, John, good run there. If you can't make it, land on top, be perfect. And right now, it's Mike, Julian, John, Chris now up to 3, John to the 4, and Scott going to be in that number 5 spot. John, new fast lap, 27.9. That's the new fast lap on his. That's his new fast lap on his layout. Mike Compton in the lead, followed by Julian and Scott now taking over that 3 spot. John now moving up to the number 4 spot. So it's Mike, Julian, Scott, John, and Chris. 1:15 down, 2:45 to go. And that is 1:30 down, 2.5 to go. Scott now, fast lap 20.9. Right now it's Mike, Scott, Julian, John, and Chris. John, you're on a 9-lap pace right now. Take your time. Right now, Mike Compton on a 12.412 pace. Right now, he is ahead of the group by a lap. Julian still in the 3, followed by John and Chris. 2 down, 2 to go, just past the halfway point. Mike Compton lead them out, and Scott now up on the lead lap. Julian with a 22.4 new fast lap for him. 1:30 on the clock. And there it is, 1 to go. Mike Compton looks like he's out. So Julian now move up. Scott yelling there. He moves up to lead. Julian follows him into the number 2. John now going to be up into the 3. And Chris into the 4. Chris new fast lap. 27.9 right now. 40 seconds to go. Seconds to go. Right now, your battles for the number 3 spot between Chris and John. Right now, Chris has it by 2 seconds with 5 seconds to go. And they got to put John back together. Race it out, guys. Race it out. There it is. John's going to get his 8th lap. I think it's his first time. Chris, you're done. Scott, you're done. John, you're done. And Julian taking it 8 and 420. Scott 9 and 406. Chris 8 and 411. And John 8 and 423. Got his 8th lap. Way to go, brother. Good race, guys. All right, next up is race number 5. Here's our stock buggy class coming on up. Going to be Mason, Sean, David, and Eric Everett. Should be a good race. You beat your dad. You beat your dad. Drivers from that last race, get them out there, ready to run Sportsman. Looking for Julian, Mike, Chris, Scott, Yellen. Anybody else can need to volunteer? Any of the sport turn marshals out there? Looking for Mason to check in. We'll get ready to go. We have Eric Everett here, who I call the sleeper. Comes out here and plays around with in the qualifiers and spanks the Ocala boys afterwards. We know what you're doing, Eric. You can't fool us. You're doing good. I don't care what your dad says. All right, last call for turn marshals. John, if you can get somebody to help out. Julian, Mike, Chris, and Scott. I need turn marshals. Go, guys. Drivers are ready. Last call, guys. Come on, I need turn marshals to go. You guys are in that race. Race 4. Let's get them out there. We had 5, but you want to grab a spot?
I'm open the next one.
That's all right. Here comes Julian. That'll make 4. Julian, did you put your finger in the socket? What happened to your hair? Yeah, take the middle or the top. Big Mike, I need you out there, buddy. I know you're taking a break. I know you ran, turn marshal. You sure? Okay. Actually, I'd rather have you not because you have sandals on. I can't have you turn marshal sandals on. But thank you, though, very much, though. We got somebody coming out. Get to it. Kermit. There you go, Big Mike. No, he's just waiting for you. He's working on his car. He's up next. Come on, Mike. You can do it. I want you to sit where your son is and put him in the middle. You notice that Mike over here has the Super Cup attitude right now? Come on, Mike. You got the Super Cup look. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. All right, guys, listen. I broke you guys up. There's 8 of you guys in stock buggy. I'm going to run you 4 and 4 in the qualifiers, and then you're going to run all 8 in the main. Mason, choke. You're going to go on a horn. Less than 5. Sean. David. Eric. And here we go with the first round of stock buggy, the first half, first qualifier, and there goes, again, the guy who goes last can go, he can wait till the last minute. As long as he goes before the car ahead of him, behind him, catches him. He's now got open field. Mason, 18 flat, David, 18-8, Sean, 21 flat. Eric, 18-5, moves into that number 2 spot. Mason, 18-4, new pass lap it around. And there it is. It's Mason right now on a 17-5-10. Eric now taking, well, it's 17-5-16. We'll see what he does. David in the 3, Sean in the 4. 1 down, 4 to go. Sean, new pass lap, 18-9, still on a 15-5-16 pace. Eric Aaron, fast lap that time, 18-5, now taking over lead over Mason by 2 seconds. Mason laying down 19-2, slowed up quite a bit there. Computers all over the place. Here comes Mason now. And right now, Sean O'Hara trying to reel in David Kennedy. Sean with 18-5. He's now 4 seconds behind David for that number 3 spot. 140 down, 320 to go. Final race of the first qualifier should be getting ready to go. Will be Kermit, Mike Montgomery, Jason Frank, and Vince. You guys will be up next. And there it is, 2 down, 3 to go. Eric leading them out now, 16-509.4. Mason, 16-509.6. David on 15-516. And Sean, 14-5 flat. 2:15 down, 2:45 to go. Mason taking the lead back again. See if it's going to hold. Mason in that white and clear body. Goes down there 18-2 that time. David Kennedy, 18-6, though. He is in the number 4 spot. Coming up at a 2-minute warning. Eric Everett, 18-3. Mason breaking into the 17s with a 17-9. Now has a 6-second lead over Eric. It's Mason, Eric, David, and Sean. You all right, Scott? Mason trying to crack into that 17-second lap there. 17-7. Another new pass lap by Mason. 16.501 pace. 19.2 that time. 1:20 on the clock. Sean now in the 3. It's Mason, Eric, Sean, and David. Eric Garrett, 18-1 right now. He just 2 seconds behind Mason. Coming up to the 1 minute mark. Sean, new pass lap, 18.5, and there it is. Yellow's on, 1 to go. Right now, Mason, 16.503. Eric, 16.505. Sean, 15.513. And David, 15.520. Mason, new pass lap at around 17.5 that time. Still trying to get to that 17 lap pace. 45 seconds to go. And Eric still 2 seconds behind Mason right now. See what he does when they come across. Sean opened the door on that one there with a 23-second lap. And now David is just 0.2 of a second back with 10 seconds to go behind Sean for the number 3 spot. And they're battling out the green buggy and the black buggy. Race it out, guys. Everybody keep going until I call you. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Mason, you're done. Everybody keep going but Mason. Eric, you're done. Taking the, wow, wait till you hear this one. David, you're done. Waiting for Sean. And we're done. At the last second, Eric Everett, 16.503.702. Mason, 16.503.785. And David, 15.517. Good race, guys. All right, final race of the first qualifier coming up will be Stock Buggy, Kermit, Mike Montgomery, Jason Frank, and Vince. Okay, hold on. What's that noise? Oh. Hey, Chris Compton, I need you to volunteer for Sean for me, please. Chris Compton. Just waiting for Kermit to check in. We'll get ready to go. You're the man, you're the man, you're the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you. I want to thank my wife in the cook shack out there. Not feeling good, but she still came in and cooked. Thank you, honey. That was the best sandwich ever with the best onions ever. All right, track is closed, guys. Finish lap you're on. Track is closed. Turn marshals are out there. Right now, Eric Everett has a TQ set in round one of 16.503. That's what you guys are going for today. Kermit, you're going to lead us off. Everybody else go when I call your name. Here we go. Kermit on the horn, less than 5. Mike. Jason. And Vince. Here we go. Second half of the stock buggy. And right now it's Jason, Vince, Mike, and Kermit. Everybody running a 19-second lap. Jason with an 18 flat. That's the fast lap right now. He's on a 17-lap pace. Jason Frank, 17.9 now, up 17.505 pace. That's his new pass on this layup for him. Mike also ran a 19 flat. And Vince, 18.8 now, moves up into that 2 spot. One down, 4 to go. Jason, first one into the 17s now, 16.501. Vince, 18.8, pulls up right behind him. 16.508. Mikey on a 16.515, and Kermit 15.5 flat. And Kermit, 19.5, his new pass lap, but it's right now. Jason, the only one on the 2 down, 3 to go. Jason on 17.516 pace. Right now, he is blown away. TQ pace. Vince still in the 2, followed by Mike and Kermit. $17.924, new pass lap for Jason. There it is, 3 down, 2 to go. Jason, 17.7 now. Vince, 18.5, new pass lap. 18.6 that time. Trying to get up to Jason right now. Jason blowing away DQ time. Mike with a fast lap on lap number 4 with a 19 flat. Kermit, 22.9 that time. 19.4 for Kermit that time. Kermit now taking over the 3 spot, moving up into that. So it's Jason, Vince, Kermit, and Mikey. Last one. Jason now dropping off that TQ run. He's ahead of TQ. No, he is off TQ pace right now. Jason now 3 seconds off Eric's TQ pace now. He now 2 seconds. And there it is. Yellow's on. 1 to go. Jason, Vince, Kermit, and Mike. And right now, Kermit and Mike battling out. Kermit 9 seconds ahead of him. Make that 7. 45 seconds to go. After this race, we're going to take a 20-minute break or a 25-minute break. Let you guys recharge your batteries. Go see Miss Mel, get some food. take some practice laps, and we'll get ready to go into round number 2. Kermit, new pass lap, 19.1 that time. Kermit bumping up to a 15.5, 17 pace. Kermit, another new pass lap, 18.8, bumping up. That's it. Race it out, guys. Race it out. Keep going, Vince. Keep going. The track's still hot. Everybody keep going until I call your name. Kermit, you're done. Mike, you're done. Frank, you're done. Waiting for Vince. Woo, and Vince barely just looks a run at Frank. Jason Frank takes it 16.511. Vince 16.512. And Kermit 15.513. Eric hangs on to the DQ. Okay, guys, track is open for the next 20 minutes, and we'll go back to racing in 25. Good run, guys. Good run, man.
Not bad for the
All right, guys, track is closed. Bring it up. Novice, race number 1 of 6. Julian, Mike, John, and Chris. Complete transponders. Turn marshal will be Kermit, Mike Montgomery, Frank, and Vince. Let's get our turn marshals pulled. Or transponder, excuse me. There you go. Thank you. Don't forget to go see Miss Mel down there. I had an awesome grilled chicken teriyaki wrap with bacon inside. Yes, I am aiming for a 3rd heart attack. I'm due. All right, 3 on the clock. John, Julian, Mike, and Chris. Let's get them on track, guys. Turn marshals, last call.
Got it.
Be Kermit, Mike Montgomery, Jason, and Vince. Get them on track, guys. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I want to welcome our viewers on YouTube Live. $140 on the clock. Thank you, John. John checked in. 1:30 to go. All right, Julian and Chris and Mike. I guess Mike is out, so Chris and Julian. Let's get them on it, guys. Right now, Julian owns a TQ in round 1 of 10 and 4:07. That's the TQ to beat. 45 seconds to go. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Julian. All right. All right, here we go, guys. Julian, you have a TQ set in round 1. That's what you guys are going for. Julian on the horn, less than 5. John. Chris. Right now, Julian comes out of the gate with a 23-7. John 31-3 and Chris 31-27-3. Right now with Julian, Chris, and John. 45 down, 3:15 to go. One down, 3 to go. Chris, 28 flat. Right now, Julian, we don't see him out there. He's getting fixed. John, 37-2, new pass lap for him. We should see a change now as they're trying to get Julian fixed. He's going to lose a lap on this one. Chris Compton moves up into the lead, followed by John and Julian now into the 3. Looks like Big Mike's got his car ready to go. Chris Compton, 27 flat, his new pass lap. Woo! John nails that jump. Way to go, John. It was like a bird. John, new pass lap, 30.4. Still in that number 2 spot right now on 8 spot, 424 pace. Chris in the lead on 9.409 pace. They're off the TQ run. Julian, 22.7, now on a 7.404 pace. And there it is, 2 down, 2 to go. Right now, John, you're only 3 seconds back from Julian for the number 2 spot. It's Chris, Julian, John, and Mike. 1:30 on the clock. Chris going by, 26.5. That is your leader in that 4-wheel drive truck. Beautiful. 1:20 on the clock. Mike Compton, 24.2, new pass lap. John, 27.4, new pass lap on this layout for him. Boosted up to an 8.414 pace, coming up to the 1 minute mark. Next up, stock truck, David Kennedy, Kermit, Sean, Vince, and Scott. Julian, 21.8 at the 1 minute mark, new pass lap of the round. He's now right up behind Chris. Chris right now in the lead, followed by Julian, John, and Mike. Twenty seconds to go. Julian now taking the lead. Big comeback. Chris now in the 2, followed by John and Big Mike. Mike flying out there right now. John still on 8 and 4:10 pace. 5 seconds to go. Race it out, guys. Race it out. We got 2 down. Got 2 down. See who's left. Everybody keep going. Keep going, Big Mike. Keep going. Uh-oh. Looks like Chris might be out too. Mike, you're done. All right, looks like we're done. Let me see what the final race was. The race is over. Julian, hang on for the lead. Chris in the 2, John in the 3, and Mike in the 4. Good race, guys. All right, next up, stock truck. Bring it along. Okay, guys, I need one more volunteer out there. One more volunteer from the pits, please. I get somebody come up one time. Volunteer from the pits, please. Volunteer from the pits. Everybody's checked in. Everybody's checked in.
Did you get the mower running?
The what?
Did you get the mower running?
Mower? Yeah.
Is that working?
Thank you, Mason. All right, Vince, you have a TQ, 7 round 1, 15.503. That's what you guys are gunning for. All right, Vince, on the horn, less than 5. Sean. Kermit. Scott. David. Here we go. Final qualifier for a stock truck. Chris, you better sit inside the bucket. You're going to get hit. Right now, Vince leading them out, followed by Sean, David, Kermit, and Scott.
How does it come to the rear end up?
It's the way they kick off the jump.
This is the only one that does all there. That one did too.
See, it's the way you gas it. It's the way you gas and stuff. David Kennedy now in 18.3 in that green truck. Fast up now takes the lead. Vince follows into 2. Sean 3. Kermit and Scott. All new past laps. Kermit 20.2. Scott 21.2. Vince 19 flat. Right now, David over Vince by 1 second. Scott still 21.2. That fast lap last time for him. Waiting for him to come around in that yellow and blue truck. Vince slowed up a little bit now. David with a 5-second lead. Sean past lap 19.3 that time. Leader bobbled a little bit. Let's see what that does. Kermit, another new pass lap, and Vince taking the lead on that one. Sean follows him into 2, David in 3, Kermit 4, and Scott in 5. 145 down, 3:15 to go. Sean, 18.7, new fast lap. That is the fast lap of the round this time. Right now, Vince is ahead of TQ pace. Sean now just 2 seconds behind Vince, followed by David, Kermit, and Scott. Kermit, new pass lap, 19.7. Kermit now moving up into the 3. Sean taking the lead now. Vince follows him back into the 2, 2 seconds back, and Kermit in the 3. Coming up to the 3-minute warning. Sean leading him out now on a 16.511 pace. Vince 16.512. Kermit 15.512. David 15.515. And Scott on a 13.518. That is the halfway point with 2.5 down, 2.5 to go. Mr. Sean O'Hara in that black truck showing the way. 18.7 for Vince now taking the lead. See if Sean what he does here. And Sean going to maintain that number 2 spot. Vince now 16.511. Sean 16.516. And Kermit 15.510. David Kennedy all over the back of Kermit. Kermit placed down his new best lap 19.5. See what that does for him. David Kennedy, 19.3. Right now, David is 0.7 of a second behind Kermit for that 3 spot. Scott, new pass lap, 21.2. 3 down, 2 to go, and a pro truck race here is awesome. Kermit maintaining that lead by 2 seconds over David right now. See if David can make it up. But you're right now, it is Vince McMahon, 1 full lap ahead of his own TQ. Vince putting it down, 1:30 to go. Scott Yellen, 21.2 that time. New fast lap. Kermit, 20.3, trying to hold off David Kennedy. We'll see what David does in that green truck when he comes around. And he does maintain that 3 spot. Kermit butts. It's Vince, Sean, and Kermit. Coming up to the 1-minute mark right now. Vince, way over TQ. He is awesome, way above TQ. And Kermit comes by with a 19.9 that time. He's 3 seconds ahead of David. David 19.3 picked up 2 seconds, and there it is. Yellow's on, 1 to go. Final qualifier of stock truck. 4-wheel drive buggy, you'll be up next. Mike, Jason, Mike Compton, and Chad, you'll be up next. Sean now. Kermit taking over the 2 spot by 1 second. Wow, David Kennedy follows him into 3. Sean all the way back into the 4. Wow, it's Vince, Kermit, David, Sean, and Scott with 30 seconds to go. David Kennedy just 1/10 off. And Kermit taking back the 2 spot. Sean now taking over the 3. David falls back to the 4. And David now all the way up into the 2 again. So it's Vince, David, and Kermit. 20 seconds to go as Vince is running away with this one right now with a new TQ. Right now, Kermit 1 second behind the green truck of David, who's upside down. See if Kermit can pick this one up. Kermit's going to move to that 2, I believe. And does. Kermit back into the 2 by 0.2 of a second. Race is over. Keep racing out. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep going. Keep going. Sean, you're done. Kermit, you're done. Wow, that is the closest. Vince, you're done. Waiting for David, and David, you're done. Waiting for Scott. And we're done. At the last second, Vince, 16.5.13 takes a new TQ. But here was the race. Kermit, 15.504.5. Sean, 15.505, 504.6. 1/100th of a second difference. Wow.
Number 2 from Thursday moves to number 3. Say it, I dare you. I dare you. Chicken shit.
Next up, 4-wheel drive. Bring it to the line, guys.
Really gonna get Sean going. Hey, what does he always say about me?
All right, drivers from that last race are heading out that way. Stock truck, David, Kermit, Vince, and Scott. We're all checked in. Jason, Chad, and Mike. Mike Compton's going to take a break. He broke a nail, so he's getting it fixed right now. All right, drivers are ready. Jason, you're going to take us off. You have a TQ set in round 1 of 16.506. Here we go, guys.
10 minutes to get off that bucket.
Jason on the horn. We'll wait till he comes around.
You ain't racing?
Jason on the horn, less than 5.
I'll go on racing.
Chad. Mike. And we're up there.
You're gonna end up doing Kermit that truck, aren't you? For what? Your shelf?
Jason right now in the lead, 16.504. He's at a TQ pace. Chad, new pass lap, 19.7. Wait for Jason come around for his second lap. Looks like he is out. Woo! One of them just flipped over and kept going. And Mike now with a 19.2 taking the lead, new pass lap, 16.511 pace. He's just 5 seconds off TQ. Chad in the number 2. He just ran an 18.7 his new pass lap. He's on a 15.501. Looks like Jason and Mike Compton are both out. $130 down, 3.5 to go. Race number 4, ready to run. Sportsman, John, Julian, Chris, Mike, and Scott. You guys will be up next. Again, since you guys are turn marshaling, see the way he did that? That's pretty bad, yes, huh? 145 to go. Excuse me, 145 down, 3:15 to go. There it is, 2 down, 3 to go. Mike leading the way right now. He's 11 seconds off TQ pace set by Frank. Jason Frank in round number 1. And Chad now taking the lead, 15.5 flat as Mike ran a 23-second lap. He's now down to a 15.506 pace. Coming up to the halfway point. Plenty of racing to go on here. Uh-oh, we got another one out. Loses a wheel. So I think Chad's going to take this one and run a solo run here. Try to get up into that TQ spot. Chad, the track is yours. Coming up a 2-minute warning. Chad out there in that white car. He is now up on a 16-lap pace. Come on, Chad. Reel it in, buddy. You need to kick off 10 seconds in the next 2 minutes. You got it. Nine seconds off, Chad, with 1:30 to go. If you can beat it, I'm going to give you back your race fees, $20. If you can beat the TQ, you're going to get your race fees back. 1:20 on the clock. He's 8 seconds off right now, new TQ. You get your race fees back. 9 seconds off, 1:15 to go. White car's on. Chad Brinkley has the opportunity to get his race fees back. 19.4. Still same. And it looks like Mike is back out there, so the solo run is over. There it is, 1 to go. Chad, 19.7, still 9-second difference. He gets his race fees back in the next minute if he can beat the TQ. Mike, 18.9, a new fast lap for him. Did he go outside? Well, he went to the bathroom, wanted to see the countryside, got a car wash. 30 seconds to go. I think my $20 is safe in my pocket. 12-second difference right now, 20 seconds to go. 19-1 that time, 11 seconds. Big Mike, you running this next one? Okay. 5 seconds. Upside down. Race it out, guys. Race it out. Chad, you're done. And Mike, you're done. Chad takes the 15.501. Frank, Jason's going to hold on to the TQ. Mike, 10 and 502. Good race, guys. All right, next up is going to be Ready to Run Sportsman, race number 4.
What's up, John? Did I get blue 3? Why black 3? Have you lost
Because you're wearing black.
Oh.
Julian. Thank you. All right, ready to run Sportsman. You guys are on the clock at 2.5. I'm going to add an extra minute because I know some of you guys are running back to back. So you got 3.5 on the clock. This is race 4 of 6. Get this done, and we got 2 stock buggy races after this. In the mains, all 8 are going to race it. Then you all be crazy out there. I don't want to turn marshal that. Three to go, guys. 3 to go. Chris Compton's checked in. All right, John checked in. Thank you, John. Chris checked in. Waiting for Julian, Scott, and Mike. Mike checked in. Thank you, Mike. Mike's one of the few people that goes and checks in first. Thank you. That makes a difference. Turn marshals going to be 4-wheel drive. Be Mike Montgomery, Jason, Mike Compton, Chad. I need a volunteer for Mike. If I get a volunteer. Sorry, the door's locked over here. I'm trying to get in the office. The lock is broke.
Julian's screwing something together right now. We'll see if it goes.
Okay. Okay, when I need one of my drivers out there, turn marshal guys, need a volunteer. Somebody. All right, looking for Scott to check in, and we're ready to go. I still need a volunteer, guys. Volunteer up in the top. Thank you very much, Kermit. Appreciate it. Well, Mike, you want to take the top? Let Kermit take there? Whatever's easier for you, buddy. All right, we're all checked in. Let's get them back behind the line. It's going to be Julian, Scott, Chris, John, and Mike. That's the running of Julian. You're going to go on the horn. You have a TQ set in round 1 at 10 and 420. I'll tell you what we're going to do on this one here. If you guys can, somebody beat his TQ, you're going to get $10 in race bucks. That's New Red Hobbies money. You can buy it, anything you want here. It's good at Walmart and Chick-fil-A on Sunday, okay? So, but it's our own money. $10 if you can beat the TQ by Julian. Here we go. Julian on the horn, less than 5. Scott. Chris. John. Big Mike. And we're off. Right now, Scott yelling the lead, Julian in 2, Chris in the 3. Waiting for the rest of them to come across. So it's Scott, Julian, Chris, Mike, and John. Scott has got Julian all over the back of him right now. Scott has got an 8-second lead, though, even though they're right next to each other. Remember, you're racing the computers. Chris Compton still in the 3. So far, Chris has been smacking dad. Mike, 27.8, his new pass lap now up at a 9 lap. And there it is, John, 28.7. Up to an 8 and 420 pace in that number 5 spot. 120 down, 240 to go. Looks like Chris might be out. Julian now back in the lead. See if it holds. Right over the jump here, guys. Right over the jump. Keep going, John. I got you. There it is, 2 down, 2 to go. It's Scott in the lead. Mike Compton with a new pass lap, 21.7 in the 2. Looks like Julian now taking over that 3 with a new pass lap, 22.9. John, 28.9 in that number 4 spot now, up to an 8, 424 pace, 130 on the clock. Scott, Mike, Julian, John, and Chris. Scott, new pass lap, 21.5, taking the lead right now. He is ahead of TQ pace by 14 seconds. Mike Compton right there with him, just 5 seconds back. Coming up to the 1 minute mark. Scott again, another pass lap. 20.9 for Scott yelling in that yellow and blue truck. John, 28.5, 28.7, excuse me, new pass lap for John. 1 to go, guys, 1 to go. You scratched my anchor. Right now, race number 5, Mason, Sean, David, and Eric, you're going to be up next. Scott, John, new pass lap, 28.7, coming around again. Trying to put them back together. Ball cup. And they got him. You're good to go. 25 seconds to go. Scott still in the lead, still ahead of TQ pace. Mike in the 2, just 2 seconds back. Make that 1 second difference. Julian in the 3, followed by John and Chris. Mike Compton now taking the lead. He wants that race bucks. Race it out, race it out. Keep going, John, keep going. You got your 8, buddy. Everybody keep going. Julian, you're done. Mike, you're done. New pass lap, 20.9. Scott, you're done. Just waiting for John. John's going to do his 8th lap. Way to go. That's the way to do it. Nice and smooth. You got it, man. Mike takes it. 10 and 401. Scott, 10 and 412. Julian, 9 and 408. And John, 8 and 428. All right. Next race up is race number 5. Coming up here, Stock Buggy, Mason, Sean, David Kenny, and Eric Everett. You're up.
Is your battery charged or not?
All right, drivers, get out. Ready to run. Guys out there be John, Julian, Chris, Mike, and Scott. Let's get them on track. These guys are ready to go. Looking for Sean to check in.
Wait, how is the next ready to run?
You got Sir Marshall.
Oh.
All right, drivers, shut them down, shut them down. Eric, you have a TQ set round 1, 16.503. That's what you guys are going for. This is your last chance to beat that TQ. Sir Marshall's in position. All right, Eric on the horn, less than 5. Mason. David. Sean. And here we go. Pro Stock Buggy online right now. Race number 5 of 6. Final qualifier online. Right now, Eric leading them out, followed by Mason, Sean, and David. Mason matches Eric's 19.1 right now, that last lap. Eric with an 18.4 new pass lap. Eric right now ahead of TQ by 3 seconds. It's Eric, Mason, Sean, and David. Mason, new pass lap. No, Sean O'Hara, new pass lap. 18.3, moves into the 2 in that black buggy. 18.7 for David Kennedy, still in that number 4. It's Eric, Sean, Mason, and David. Mason, 18.2, new pass lap at around, takes over the number 2 spot. Right now, the battle between him and Sean, as Eric right now with a 13-second lead over Mason, but Sean and Mason battling out just a few seconds between them for that 2 and 3 spot. Mason McComb, 17.8. Now he's up on a 16-lap pace with Eric, just 5 seconds behind him. He's 3 seconds off TQ pace. Sean dropping back to a 15-lap pace on that last lap, and Eric right now trying to give it to Mason. See what does when Mason comes through. And Mason right now 8 seconds behind the leader. 2 down, 3 to go. Right now, Eric 5 seconds ahead of Mason. Eric right now 2 seconds ahead of TQ pace. Sean battling out. He's now on a 16-lap pace in the 3. David on a 15, 5:03 in the 4. And Sean that time now is right there with David. Just 1 second back is David Kennedy behind Sean now for that number 3 spot. Just past the halfway point. Eric, Mason, Sean, and David. You got 2 separate races going on here. And there it is. Oh, they're taking it back and forth. And Eric now bring it up to a 17-lap pace. 3 down, 2 to go. Eric in that green and blue. That's your leader. Just tagged the 5. David Kennedy, 18.5. As Sean puts down an 18.3, taking the 3 spot. David into the 4. Everybody right now on a 16-lap pace. Mason 1 second behind the leader. That might be the leader upside down. No, that was not the leader upside down. And let's see what happens. Eric, 18.2, new pass lap for him. Mason, 18 flat. It is a 1 second difference. Eric ahead of Mason by 1 second. Sean now up into the 3, David in the 4. It is a battle. And right now, top two, see Eric up on 18-17 lap pace again. 1 to go. This is all over the place right now. One second difference between Mason and Eric with 45 to go. It's hammer time. Eric skies it. Mason right there behind him. Those are the leaders. Here they come over the last roller. Then you got Sean and David. Mason taking the lead now on that last lap with 30 seconds to go. 17.518 pace. Wow. And here they go. 20 seconds. There they go. Second and first. Eric, new pass lap him. 18-1. Just off it. 10 seconds to go. Sean hanging on in the number 3 spot. David in the 4. 5 seconds to go. See if Mason can pull up a new TQ. Race it out, guys. Race it out. Eric, you're done. Mason, keep going. Mason got it. Got a 17th lap. David, you're done. Sean, keep going. Sean, keep going. David, you're done. David Kennedy, new pass lap at that time. 18-2. I have Mason and Sean, the only one on tracks. Mason, you're done. And we're done. Mason setting it through Q. 17.517. Eric 16.5 flat. And Sean 16.518. Last chance coming up. Stock Buggy, Kermit, Mike, Jason, and Vince. I have a $20 bill that says you guys got to beat Mason's TQ. 17.517. I will give you your race money back. Cold, hard cash this time. Awesome racing that time, guys. Again, I want to welcome our viewers. There he is, mighty little Compton boy. The man, the myth, the legend, huh? This one's for 20 bucks. If you can beat the TQ. It's crazy. All right, this is the final race of the second qualifier. At the end of this race, we'll take a 20-minute break again. 20-minute break and then 5 extra minutes to blow the track off. I want to thank you all guys for all coming out. We had a nice day today, a good day of racing. All right, waiting for Kermit and Mike Montgomery to check in. We'll go. Just waiting for Kermit. All right, track is closed now. Track is closed. All right, boys, you heard me up there. You get your race money back today if you can take the TQ away from Mason, 17.517. As a matter of fact, I'll give you Mason's race fees. All right, he doesn't pay, so. All right, Jason, you going to lead us off? Less than 5. Vince. Kermit. And Mike. Here we go. Final race of the qualifiers online. Cash on the line, guys, so no pressure at all. 17.517 is the number. Ooh, Jason coming out with an 18-2. All right, now it's Jason, Vince, Kermit, and Mike. Kermit 20 flat that time, new pass lap. Mike Montgomery 18-9 now, moves up into 2. It's Jason, Mike, Vince, and Kermit. Your battle is the top 3 right now within 5 seconds of each other. Jason slowed up a little bit that time. There it is, 1 down, 4 to go. Mike again, another new pass lap, 18-9. Vince, 19-2. Kermit, 20.7. White car is your leader. 18 flat. Right now, Jason just 1 second off TQ pace. Vince, 19-2, into number 2, followed by Kermit and Big Mike in there on the number 4 spot. 130 down, 3.5 to go. And there it is, Jason Frank ahead of TQ Base by 1 second in that white buggy. Looking to get back his race fees. He's now 2 seconds ahead of TQ Pace. He's on a 17.515 pace. It's going to be a good main. Vince still in the 2, followed by Mike and Kermit. That is the halfway point with 2.5 down, 2.5 to go. 17.8 new pass lap. He is now 3 seconds ahead of TQ. Jason Frank, white buggy. That is your leader, battling for a new TQ. Right now, running smooth. This should be another good lap right here. 17.7, another new pass lap. He's now coming up on lap traffic. Guys, leader is coming up on you. White buggy. Uh-oh, leader up against the pipe. Mike on the wall. Ooh, it's going to blow that one right there. 145 to go. Gone. Money in the pocket. There's a chance he can still do it. So right now it's Jason, Vince, Mike, and Kermit. Right now, Vince, new pass lap, 18.9. Right now they're still up TQ pace by a full lap. Jason, just keep putting it down. You got about 5 seconds to build up on. 120 to go. White buggy still in the lead. Wow, he's good around those corners. 17.9. Picked up 2 seconds and then rolled it up on top. There it is, 1 to go. We'll see if Jason Frank can take the cash. 16.504. See if he can do it. 16.505. Lost a second on that one. Vince still up in number 2. It's Jason, Vince, Mike, and Kermit. 30 seconds to go. Mike Montgomery, 18.7 on lap number 12. New pass lap on this layout for Mike. And Jason flying that thing, just driving great. Just a couple of mistakes there. 18 flat that time. Still off TQ pace with 5 seconds to go. Good race, Jason, man. You did it. You had it except for one bobble. Pleasure watching you drive. Race it out, guys. Race it out. Jason, you're done. Vince, you're done. Mike, you're done. And I guess Kermit's out. We're good. Race is over. Jason, 16.505. Vince, 15.508. And Mikey, 14.507. It is 3:15 at 3:40. That's 25 minutes. We'll go off with the mains, guys. I'm printing out here shortly. Track is open for practice. All right, guys, we'll get the track blown off. We got 2 minutes to go on the clock. I'm going to put a 5-minute clock up. Let's get the track blown off. Get ready to go. Novice, Julian, Chris, Mike, and John, you guys should be ready to go. You're up next. All right, guys, let's get them gridded up. Everybody's there. Let's get a turn marshal out here. It could be Stock Buggy. Hey, man, let's get them out there. Mason, Eric, Jason, Vince, Sean, David, anybody, let's get them out there. Should have plenty of turn marshals. Let's go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the A-Main. TQ spot, 10 laps in 407, Julian Segura. In the number 2 spot, Chris Compton. Number 3, Mike Compton. And number 4, John Ganas. Let's get them lined up, guys, down the front straightaway. Stock Buggy, let's get them out there. Again, Julian, Chris, Mike, and John. Still need a turn marshal up here. Stock Buggy, come on, guys. There's 10 and 80 you guys. Should be another one out here. Need one more Stock Buggy guy. Vince gets the bucket. All right, guys, here we go, guys. Everybody's going to go on the horn in less than 5. Here we go, Stock Buggy. Excuse me, Novice Buggy. Remember, this time you're racing each other, you're not racing the clock. Right now, Mike out in the lead, followed by Chris, Julian, and John. They're banging and booming out there. Mike Compton, 22.6, new fast laps. He's up on top of the hill. And there it is, 1 down, 3 to go. 28.4 for John, new fast lap, now on a 9.422 pace. It's Mike, Chris, Julian, and John. And Mike with a 21.9, leading him out right now. He's ahead of TQ pace. 11.420. Chris and Son in number 2 spot. Julian and John coming up the 2-minute warning. John just put down a 27.4, Julian 23.6, Chris 25.3, and Mikey with a 26.2. 140 on the clock, guys. Julian now taking over the number 2 spot. Chris jumping back to the 3, coming up to the 1-minute mark. Stock truck, you should be ready to go after this. One to go, guys. One to go. Your leader, Mike Compton, Julian 2, Chris, and John in the 4. 35 seconds. When you cross, you're going to be done. Julian, you're done. John, you're done. Chris, you're done. Waiting for Mike to finish off to take the victory here. Mike, you're done. Mike takes 11 and 423. Julian 9 and 408. Chris 9 and 407, and John 8 and 403. Good race, guys. All right, next coming up is Stock Truck. Race number 205. Remember, guys, we have one less race because we combined the stock buggy class as the main event later on. Be a good time to go down concession if you want something to drink or eat. Miss Mel's starting to clean up. Make it good. Okay, guys, the guys with the transponders from last race, I need them back in here. Transponders back in. All right, start getting our turn marshals out there. Start heading out there. It'll be Julian, Chris, Mike, and I need an extra volunteer for John out there, guys. Still waiting for Kermit to check in. Thank you. All right, track is now closed. Finish the lap you're on. Track is closed. Let's grid them up. Ladies and gents, this is the grid. 16 and 513. Vince McMahon, bring it on up. In the number 2 spot, Kermit Butts. In the number 3, Sean O'Hara. Number 4, David Kennedy. Number 5, Scott Yellen. I need 2 turn marshals. Big Mike, I need you out there, and I need 1 more volunteer.
Hand it over, cowboy.
You're not-
Back at 7. There was more than 2 classes. There were 6.
Hey, he tried to say he beat me last time. I think you should get it just
No,
as
you
a
get it when
five.
you're done.
Okay, then add another $1. 7
No, 5. All right, drivers are ready. Turn marshal get in their spot. Let's keep it clean. This is a 6-minute race. It's a pro stock truck. Let's see if Vince can take it from TQ to victory. Here we go, guys. Everybody going on the horn. Less than 5. Here we go. Truck is up. Man, it is close there inside. Kermit now pulling into that 2. There goes Vince. Kermit right behind him, followed by Sean, Scott, and David Kennedy. Sean now back into the 5 spot, but right now it is Vince with Kermit on his heels. And they landed perfectly. It's David Kennedy now up to 3, Sean in the 4, and Scott in the 5. Kermit and everybody new pass laps on the round there. Kermit all over the back of Vince there, trying to take that inside move. David Kennedy starting to reel them ahead. They go down the back front straight away. It is Vince with Kermit. David Kennedy starting to pull up on them. And Vince tight on the inside. Sean starting to pull up on those guys there. Oh, we have a lead change here, I believe. And David Kennedy goes around the crash and takes the lead in that green truck. Followed by Vince and Kermit again. Sean now trying to reel them in, and Scott out there. Trying that number 5 spot, and there they go. David Kennedy in that green truck, just finished the first jump, going through the chicanes. Vince and Kermit right there on the heels. Sean rolls it up on top. Oh, leader upside down. There they go, and they're right there, 1, 2, 3, and Kermit slides it upside down, and they call that the old turtle slide. And you got the leaders going down the front. It is David up on 2 wheels, and you have Vince pulling up right behind him on the inside, and Vince goes in for the lead. Kermit right there trying to take that second away. And David closed the door. Good turn marshal by Mike. And here comes your leader, Vince McMahon, followed by David Kennedy. Gets a little wild. Kermit right there to try to take that number 2. He gets caught up on the pipe. And Vince now getting a little bit of a breathing room there. Coming up to the 4-minute mark. And right now, your truck with the checkerboard in the middle of the track is your leader. Kermit upside down again. And see what happens. Kermit's now up into the number 2 spot. David back into 3, trying to get past him. But you got Vince McMahon upside down. The leader is upside down the back. And Mike takes care of him. And Kermit trying to fight off David Kennedy all over the back of him in that green truck. And there it is. Beautiful move by David Kennedy. Taking up that number 2 spot away from Kermit. Here they come up the middle of the track. Over the big jumps. Number 2 and 3. Your leader goes down the front straightaway around the corner. Vince on his own right now. David Kennedy, 18-3, new pass lap. Kermit right there trying to reel him in. And there comes Sean O'Hara in that black truck, not letting him run away. Your leader, there he is, skying that jump. Here he comes over with the burgundy, the checkerboard, and there he goes down the front straightaway. 19-1 for the leader, 3 down, 3 to go. We're at the halfway point. Vince McMahon, David Kennedy, Kermit Butt, Sean, and Scott. There's your leader. Fancy move as he lowers that front end. There he goes, coming around. That's your leader. Coming up, here comes Kermit and David battling out for that number 2 spot. There Kermit takes the inside move. Does it hold? No. David slides back. What a move he tried putting on that one. Kermit put the wheel to him. And here they come down the back over the first set of jumps. Sean O'Hara been sneaking up on them guys in that black truck. And here he is right there in contention for the number 2 spot. As they come over the big jump, and Sean right there with them now. As your leader goes in the back, has a little problem, as we it's called a kerfuffle. Coming up to the 2-minute warning, and right now is a battle for the number 2 position. As your leader skies the big jump. He's looking to go TQ and win. And here comes the number 2, 3, and 4 cars in a row. Oh, and Sean flips upside down, does a turtle, and there they go. In the green truck, David Kennedy taking number 2, Kermit in the white truck in the 3, and Sean in the black truck, and your leader, Vince, coming up the middle track, lands the big jump, beautiful. And Sean has a problem right there. See if they can do it 1:30 on the clock. Plenty of racing time to go. This is Pro Stock Truck you're watching, Stadium Truck. Vince McMahon, your leader, in the center. Where is he? Here he is, coming up through the center now. Going up on lap traffic now. Unless they're trying to catch him. They are on the lead lap. They're trying to reel you in. Oh, and David gets a little crazy on that jump, and there goes Vince. The second, third place trucks are starting to reel the leader in at the 1:10 mark. And Sean off the track on the side right there. They go to get him. And here comes your leader. And David and Kermit starting to reel that leader in. Here he goes down the front straightaway. Vince, 19.8 that time. And here comes second place David in the green. Kermit in the white, just 2 seconds behind him. And there is the 1 minute to go, guys. Yellow's on, 1 to go. What a fantastic race this has been. Vince now, oh, and this could be it right here. David Kennedy right on his back. And there you go. Oh, Vince catches it. You got a new leader in the green truck. David Kennedy takes the lead. You got Vince in the 2, Kermit in the 3, and there comes Sean in the number 4 spot. Oh, my God, and there it was. See if Vince could catch him. 25 seconds to go. David Kennedy was oh, he's upside down. We'll see what happens. What a great, and there Vince in the lead. Vince back in the lead going down the front. This is going to be your last lap coming up here. Kermit trying to get involved. Sean, you're a lap down from them. Here they go. In the middle of the track. See what happens. Oh, and they get through. And they wait for each other. And there it is. Vince coming through. Race is over. When you cross, you're going to be done. Here they come. 1, 2, and 3. Look at this. It's going to be a photo finish. You are done when you cross. Wow. What an awesome race, guys. Vince taking it. Check this out. 18,608.5. David, 18,608.8. And Kermit, 18,609. What a race, guys. All right, race number 3, four-wheel drive buggy. Bring it to the line, guys. Race number 3 of 5. You're on. You want me to call something like the ambulance or something? You want some oxygen? That would
kind of car does it get? I'm gonna have this.
Okay, guys, I got a 5-minute break on this one. 5 minutes, guys. Take a break. 5 minutes.
These ones.
All right, we got a now 3-minute break, guys. 3-minute break, waiting for Mike to fix his arm. Turn marshals should be heading out there, the guys in that truck race. I got to tell you what, that was probably insane truck race. That was awesome. I will say one thing, Vince. You blew like a whole lap lead. David's fast.
That's mine. I'm trying to sell it.
All right, guys, got 2 minutes on the clock.
My truck won't go wheelie anymore. They're with 13.5 in it. Disappointing.
You what? Well, now.
My truck. The two.
I know the secret. That's old. If you put some fluff in it with it, it's even better.
Don't forget the mics on.
I know. They don't care. They all know me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mike, you ready to go? Turn marshals are separated. I need all my stock truck guys out there. Four-wheel drive's coming up. Be Vince, Kermit, David, and Scott. Let's get them on the track, guys. And Little Compton. Get out there.
You never said it. You said 275 for the outcast? Is that what you said?
No. Good try, though. All right, still waiting for. I know. Relax. Calm down there. Don't have a heart attack on me. Hey. Go in there and pay your fees.
30 seconds.
What? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, Sean. I already got money for him. What? Oh, thank God I don't got to pay him now. All right. Chris, I don't got to pay you, right? Well, they're paying you. Why should I pay you? Yeah. All right, turn marshals are ready. Drivers are ready. This is the four-wheel drive pro buggy class. Jason Frank, TQ 16506. Chad's going to be the 2. Mike in the 3. Here we go, guys. This will be a 5-minute race. Everybody on the horn, less than 5. Four-wheel drive, we're on. I know the white buggy is Jason. It is Jason coming through. He's got a different body on there. Followed by Mike and Chad. Woo! Mike rolls it up on top. Him and Chad come over to jump at the same time. But right now it is Jason in the lead coming over to jump. Oh, pipes it into the center there, but he rolls out of it. Here he comes, powering down the front. Four-wheel drive, 19.5, new fast lap. Chad, 19.1. What are you doing here? You been here all day? Get out of here. Jason, 17.9, new fast lap for him. Chad, 19 flat. Mike, 24.6. 1 down, 4 to go. When he skies it, and here goes Mike down the front straight. Jason, in that number 1 spot, 17.514. He's ahead of his own TQ time. Chad would have fast lap 18.6 on the 2. Mike 22.2 that time, left new fast lap. Jason right now head of TQ pace 17.515. Chad 16.512. And Mike at 13.514. Coming up to the 3-minute mark. Jason heading down the front straightaway. That is your leader. Oh, up on 2 wheels him also. Chad going down in the number 2 spot. And here they come. Right now, Mike a lap down off the lead lap. There goes your leader, Jason, 18.2 right now. Jason is flying. A little bit of traction rolling out here. Some of these four-wheel drives are pulling some G-forces up there coming off that hill. And here comes your leader coming through, and there he is, 17.7 for your leader. Up on top of the hill coming off, Jason Frank, new fast lap. Mike comes through 21, and there Chad 22. Mike is in that orange, red, and yellow. That's the number 3 truck car. Here comes your leader coming through. Jason Frank, 18 flat that time. Now 17, 514 pace. Leader coming over your first set of jumps. Race number 4, ready to run sportsmen. Need to be getting their transponders ready. There it is, 3 down, 2 to go. Your leader coming through, and there he is, Jason Frank. Somebody needs to put a four-wheel drive out here and give him some competition.
Vince is bringing his next week.
All right. I'll buy one, put it together, and just let them rent a ride.
You're going to bring yours next week, right?
1:30 on the clock. $130 to go, 3:30 down, 1:30 to go. Jason, Chad, and Mike. 17.512. Jason is blowing away his own TQ run. Mike, 19.4, 14.517 pace, coming up to the 1-minute mark. I want to thank you all for coming out. Don't forget, we will be racing next Thursday again. 17.6 by our leader as he pulls up the hill there behind Chad. Leader has a little bit of issue. He clears that up. 45 seconds to go. 17.6, 19 flat that time for the leader. He slowed up a little bit. 17.512 pace. Still on a TQ run. And he turtles it. 20 seconds to go. Still 6 seconds ahead of his TQ run. 10 seconds to go. Race it out, guys. Race it out when you cross, you're done. Jason, you are done. Mike, you're going to be done. Mike, you're done. Chad, you're done. Jason takes it 16.502. Chad, 16.512. And Mike, 15.512. All right, next up is RTR Sportsman. Come pull your transponder, guys. Get ready to rock and roll. Don't forget, do not leave at the end of the next 2 races. We got to do trophy presentation in front of the driver's stand on the podium. Again, don't forget, store and track is open tomorrow. $10 practice for the entire day.
Pamp one.
Four-wheel drive buggy. I need you guys on the track. Ready to run, Sportsman. Race number 4 or 5. We're almost done, guys. Bring it on. I think concessions is now closed or closing. I don't know if you maybe have drinks or something like that. Check them in, guys. Check them in. You guys got 1:45 on the clock. This is one of our beginner classes. This is the ready to run. Scott, I bet you couldn't do that if you wanted. The pirouette. All right, looking for Chris and John to check in. Why do I bother talking? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rock and roll the Ready to Run Sportsman A main. Big Mike Compton taking the TQ with 10 laps in 4:01. He's going to take the #1 spot. Behind him is Scott Yellen. In the #3 spot, Julian Segura. #4, Chris Compton. And #5, John Ganis. Really? You guys need that much work to... I need one volunteer up in the top. One volunteer. Mike, why don't you head up on top? I need somebody in the middle, please. Somebody in the middle. Here comes Mason. He'll get it. He's young. He knows how to turn also, you guys. We got somebody coming. Thank you, Mason. Hey, Mike, you use reverse one more time, and we're going to cut those tires off your car. What? What? You? Yeah, I've seen you all day using reverse. It's all right. Yeah, we're going to, you know what we do? We're going to bungee cord you in one spot so you don't run around all over the driver's stand. Don't forget, Hugger Racer. All right, guys. Here we go, guys. Everybody's going to go on a horn this time. This is not qualifying. This is where the cash is. Everybody on a horn, less than 5. There we go. A-Main, ready to run Sportsman. Oh, parts, aisle 5. There you go, John. Give it to him, buddy. Give it to him. You're in number 3 spot now. There you go. Let him crash, John. There you go, buddy. It's Mike, Julian, John, Scott, and Chris. Doing good, doing good. We may have a car out. Julian now taking the lead. Mike into the number 2 spot right now. There it is, 1 down, 3 to go. And we have 1 out. Mike Compton now taking the lead back. Julian in 2, followed by Scott and Chris. Mike, there he goes, up the back front straightaway. He's up there with the multicolored wheels coming over the first jump. That is your leader, Julian, coming through in the number 2 spot right there. Scott getting some airtime in that truck. He's now in the 3, waiting for Chris. Ooh, and that's your leader just coming over in the pink and blue. His son in that short course right behind him. And there goes Mike down the front straightaway, 21-3. And right now with Mike, Julian, Scott, and Chris. Right now you battle between Scott and Chris. Your leader upside down. See what happens. 1:15 on the clock. Mike right now 10 and 4:02 pace. He's off his own TQ by 1 second. Coming up to the 1 minute mark. One to go, 1 to go. Yellow is on, 1 to go. Your leader just come over in a pink and blue. Coming over the final roller. Here he goes down the back. Scott yelling now in the truck in the number 2. Julian back to the 3 and Chris in the 4. 45 seconds to go. Main event coming up. Pro stock buggy should be on the staging area. It's going to be the main event coming up. Oh, and they sky it. And Chris rolls it. Mike hanging tough right now. Scott still in the 2. $15 seconds. Oh, your leader upside down, but I don't think anybody's near him. 5 seconds. Scott 21-4 the time. New pass lap. Race it out. When you cross, you're going to be done. Julian and Chris, you're done. Waiting for Mike and Scott. Here comes Scott, and the truck's going to be in the number 2 spot. Scott, you're done. And with the win, TQ and win. Big Mike coming around here in the pink and blue. You are done. Mike taking 11 and 423. Beats his TQ Scott, 10 and 416, and Julia, 9 and 405. Okay, guys, I need all transponders back. This is the main event coming up. All 8 pro buggies at one time. This will be the final race of today's program. Again, thank you guys for making the trip. Don't leave. We have trophy presentation on the podium after this race. This is going to be a full 6-minute race. Yeah. Try blue 6. I don't think we should use that one. Where is it? Blue 6.
Blue?
Yeah, your blue 6. Okay, guys, I'm going to need all transponders back to me before we start this race. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Still missing blue 10. Blue 10. Never mind, I got it. Somebody got blue 1? Never mind, I got that too. All right. I'm going to need every bit of volunteer we can get out there for this race, please. Every driver we have who's not racing, I need them out there on track, please. Ladies and gentlemen, track is now closed. Finish the lap you're on, track is closed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. I could use an extra volunteer if somebody can help out up on the top corner up here. We have anybody in the pits? Take you on top corner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's grid them up. TQ spot 17, 517, racing Mason McComb. Behind him, the ever slick Eric Everett. Jason Franken being a 3. Vince McMahon in the 4. Sean O'Hara in the 5. David Kennedy 6. Kermit Butts in the 7. And Mike Montgomery in the number 8. All right, drivers, you're not going to win this on the first corner. Let's try to keep it clean. This is a full field start. All right, everybody ready. Drivers are ready. Turn marshals are ready. Scott, be careful. They're going to be coming at you. Everybody on the horn. Less than 5. Here we go. Pro stock buggy. Here we go. We're on. Mason loses that lead as they come over the first jump already. I think that's Eric in first. I don't know who that is. As they come around, looks like Eric going to slide up into the lead now. David Kennedy in with Mason right there, and they got another kerfuffle there, and Eric takes off. David Kennedy and Mason follow Eric. Again, I told you, watch out for Eric. He's a tough one to catch up. Mason all over the back of David Kennedy in at number 2 and 3. Mason taking over that number 2 spot. We'll see. No, David Kennedy still has it. Mason still in the 3. And here comes Eric coming around in the green and blue, going down the front straightaway in the lead. with David Kennedy in the green and Mason right behind him, all doing a little traction rolling up there. It is Eric, David, Mason, Frank, Sean, Kermit, Vince, and Mike. And Eric right now does a great job. He's got traffic all over the back of him. Oh, we got a car flipped over all the way across the lane. Let him go, let him go. And here they go, 1, 2, and 3 over the jump there, and we got them going through the chicane section right now. Oh, and Eric has a problem. He flips over. David Kennedy up the lead. Mason right behind him. Here they come over the jump. Mason right on David's butt. Here he comes down. Here they go down the front straightaway. And Eric gave it up on that one little crash. And here they come over the jump. Oh, and Mason crashes. Nobody there to get him. That's the number 2 spot. Eric going to move out into the number 2 spot. Mason gave it up. Just leave it there, Scott. Don't worry about it. And right now it's Eric, Mason, and David. That is your top 3. I got to find out where my leaders are. Here they go. Eric just took off down the front straightaway. Here comes Mason, and there goes David over the last jump. Eric right now with a commanding lead with 2 down, 4 to go. We got a long way to go here. Your leader coming over the big jump. That's Eric Everett. Mason trying to reel him. Mason over the jump right now. And there goes your leader down the front straightaway. Mason right there. Here comes David Kennedy. And you got now Sean O'Hara moving up to the 4 in that black car. Sliding in there again. Trying to reel them in. And here comes your leaders right now. Here comes Eric over the big jump, over the roller now, coming up on lap traffic. Leader is coming down the front straight, and there he goes. Coming up behind lap traffic, guys. Leader's coming up. 2.5 down, 3.5 to go. Mason trying to reel him in. Eric had a fast lap, 18.6. David with a 17.9. There he goes down the front. And he gets by Vince, and here comes your leader. There he goes, down the front, 18.4. New fast lap for him. Mason, 19 flat, trying to reel him in. Here comes Eric over your first set of jumps in the center of the track. Coming over the big boy. Here they come. Woo, lands it perfect, gets through lap traffic, and here comes Mason trying to do the same thing. Eric with an 18.5 that time. Mason should be doing a good lap. 17.7 for Mason. Oh, and the traction roll up on top again. Don't worry about him up there. And here they come. Mason trying to get through. He gets past Vince. And there goes Eric down the front straight. Mason again, another 17-second lap. He's making some time. 3.5 down, 2.5 to go. Green and blue coming down the center of the track right now. The second car. Here we go. Over the big jump. And he's in the middle now. It's going to allow Mason to catch up. And here comes Mason. Oh, and Mason had a kerfuffle. He's going to lose a couple of points here. That's the leader caught up in lap traffic now. Let's see what happens with the guys coming around. That is bad. And David Kennedy taking over the 2. Mason drops back to the 3. So now you have the green and blue, green, and the white car. That is your running order. Vince now up to the 4. Sean in the 5. Kermit in the 6. Mike and Jason look like they are out. 150 on the clock. Mason all over the back of David. And there he goes. Mason taking the number 2 spot away from David Kennedy, who fell off that jump there. And where is Eric? Here he is in the center of the track, coming, there he is, making a clean race. Waiting to see what Mason is. Looks like Eric is running away from this one. See what happens. He's on a 19.6 flat pace, and there goes Mason. Right now, Mason is 7 seconds from the leader with 1:20 to go. He has time if Eric has an issue. It looks like right now the track is pretty well spread out, so there should be any more kerfuffles. And there they go. Eric now coming off the jumps in the sack. Here he is coming around the big horn here. And here he is coming up the middle. Vince in front of him. And Eric lands it perfect. They go through the chicane here. Sean right there still in the number 5. Mason trying to reel him in. David Kennedy in the 3. 45 seconds to go. Once things spread out, it is pretty much, I told you who was going to take this one. Eric Everett. Hard to beat. He's consistent. Coming over the jump. Mason trying to reel him in. Do what he can. 30 seconds to go. And there goes your leader down the front straight. Behind Vince. Gets a go or through. And our leader gets through. And right now, Mason just 3 seconds back with 13 seconds to go. See if there's enough time to pick up 3 seconds. And Mason's now caught the leader, and there they are. 3, 2, 1. This is going to be it. Last lap. Here they come, down the center of the track. This is it. Put away Mason right there with him. Eric going through. There goes Mason right on the bumper. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, photo finish. Race is over. Oh, my God. Woo. Waiting for Sean to finish up, and we will call this one. Eric Everett, 19608.0. Mason, 19608.1. And David Kennedy, 18601. Unbelievable race. Okay, guys, give me 3 minutes, and we'll do a trophy presentation in front of the driver's stand. Thank you, guys, for coming out. We'll do trophies, and we'll see you again. And we'll be open tomorrow from 11 to 5. Track will be open 11 to 4:30 tomorrow. Come on down and do some practicing. Also, oval track should be ready to go for practice next week. Transponders, guys. Anybody have a transponder need it back? So how'd you do today? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring them up with a trophy presentation. Novice A main, Julian TQ in second. Mike Compton with the win. Chris Compton in the 3. They're coming out now with the medals. A main novice, bring them to the track, guys. Mike Compton with the win, Julian TQ in second, and Chris Compton in the 3. Is Julian still here? He left? Julian, let's go. Trophies. You took TQ and second. Julian, let's go. He got shocked by electricity. See his hair? Stock truck A main. Vince McMahon TQ in victory. David Kennedy in the 2. Kermit Butts in the 3. Bring them on up, guys. Vince, David, and Kermit. Wow, you're cool with those glasses. Okay. Vince, TQ and win. David 2, Kermit in the 3. You don't need no truck. No one cares about your truck.
Hey up.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Oh boy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on. Let me fix that.
What are you doing? I get one more, bro.
Yeah, oh, you want 6 or
Seriously.
5?
6.
Good thing. All right, next up is four-wheel drive buggy. Jason Frank, TQ and win. Chad Brinkley in the 2. Mike Montgomery in the 3. Bring them up, guys. Four-wheel drives. Again, four-wheel drive be Jason Frank, TQ and win. Chad Brinkley in the 2. Mike Montgomery in the 3.
Are they done racing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So thank you. Race number 4, ready to run. Mike Compton, TQ and win. Scott Yellen 2, and Julian, you'll be in the 3. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. Come on, Compton, really? Good run, Jason. And the final race will be Mason McComb, TQ in second. Eric Everett, what did I tell you? Coming with the win, and David Kennedy in the 3. I told you he's a sleeper. Again, Eric with the win, Mason TQ in 2, and David Kennedy in the 3.